Hello. Welcome to the fifth part of the I'll be taking a break for personal reasons. A special thanks to my channel members and Patreon for supporting me. And if you want to support, you can join my channel membership or Patreon for as low as $1. Thank you very much. Let's begin. At the beginning of this part, we see that Wilson says, "Is this what's supposed to happen?" They say, "Revenge. Revenge on the humans who killed and fried us, revenge." They are all really big, the chicken warriors wearing strong armor. Wilson thinks, what kind of skill is this? Revenge on humans? Wilson says, I understand how you guys feel, but revenge is a bit. Chickens keep saying, revenge. Revenge. Dear great and merciless God who has awakened us, please bestow upon us offerings for us to kill. Wilson thinks, I feel like they're going to kill me. What should I do? System says, will you dispatch the new Yiksha Chicken Legion to the Hive, a region of the Empire? Wilson thinks, that's nice. But a hive? Is it a beehive? Are those guys in the Empire planning something again? System says, the hive refers to a factory where red insect soldiers are mass-produced to be a main force of the Empire's army. One of the sources of the Emperor's power. Wilson smiles and says, is that so? They look down on me like some idiot because I hadn't properly retaliated. It's my turn now, you insects. He presses yes. After that we see at the hive. Red soldiers are patrolling. One of the ants says, is it thundering? Why is it so loud? Chickens appear there, and they're really big. All the red ants start to run around. Intermediate class evil god promotion in progress. Numbers are increasing really fast. Wilson thinks, a miracle where the sacrifices increase without me doing anything. Automatic hunting is the best. System says, because of automatic hunting and increased followers, automatic administration menu will be activated. Automatic administration, once activated, facility expansion and species evolution will be automatically carried out even when you are not present. Price 20 million God coins. Will you progress with this? Wilson says, yes, of course. I would never say no to this. This is what people call unearned income. Like a landlord. Sword Phantom left as I ordered. There are still a lot of questions unanswered. But I did get some information about the Three Heroes Society. Sword Phantom said that it's an unorthodox faction. The Three Heroes Society is an unorthodox faction organization. They have a really great information network. They're a hunter guild on the outside. But in reality, they have a bunch of spies planted all over the world. They collect information on hunters that might get in the way of the organization and assassinate them. Wilson says, you left that place, so now you and I are both wanted by them. Are there any other spies in the academy? The spies aren't allowed to know each other's identities. So there is no way for us to know. He says, what a shitty organization. Sword Phantom says, I apologize for not having much information. But there is one thing I should emphasize. The sword technique from the Manhwa sect is originally the Three Heroes Societies. And since they've seen that you have it, they will definitely do something about it. Of course, they're no match for you though. Wilson says, what? It was stolen? So the the fraud sold me something he stole. The thousand blades that cut all says excitedly that is life. Wilson thinks, I can't just let those guys be. They dare put a hand on my student. Someone knocks on the door. He thinks it must be the spy student. Earlier in Huja's room, someone is standing in front of Huja. He gives her a piece of paper and says, this is a charm that makes teleporting possible. This to bring Wilson here. The expert martial artist of the Three Heroes Society will take care of the rest after that. She says, yes, sir. She thinks, what do I do? I can't disobey an order from the executives. But my teacher's a really good person. Wilson thinks, I was really surprised when I found out that she's a spy. I guess it's a good thing that I found out early on thanks to Blind God's Eye. Her information appears in front of him saying, Huja, 19 years old. Dumb but kind. Remark, a spy of the Three Heroes Society, a girl who takes care of her sick mother on her own. Wilson says, Sword Phantom took your mother to a safe place. She says, yes, I called her. Thank you, teacher. Wilson says, how dare they take her sick mother hostage to use her as their spy? Sons of bitches. I'll kill you all. She says, you even paid for the expensive hospital fees. Thank you so much. Wilson says, don't worry. I have a lot of money. Let's get moving. To where they're waiting. She says, yes, I'll use this charm then. She thinks, since he's defeated the SS class Gustav and the monster on his own, I'm sure that he can save me from the Three Heroes Society. I believe in him. They appears on the mountain behind the academy. Someone gets there and says, "Good job, we will take it from here." Their information appears in front of him saying, Daegak Mle human, 50 years old, martial artist from Shaolin, has taken out at least half a truck's worth of S-class hunters. Pinmu Lin male human, 40 years old, successor, has taken out at least a whole truck's worth of S-class hunters. Yu Ilshin thinks, I don't even want to introduce myself to them. They look like they're straight out of a Miran manhwa. Daegak says, you dare to steal the Manhwa sword technique. I'll make sure you never open that mouth of yours again. He jumps toward Yu Ilshin really fast. He uses demon-subduing Arhat Fist. Hyuja thinks, the secret technique of Shaolin that is said to destroy even buildings. He's using such a powerful skill from the get-go. Yu Ilshin uses skill share Ilho. His punch hits Yu Ilshin doesn't even flinch. Bones in Daegak's arm breaks. He thinks, my arm. Is this the legendary indestructible gold? He starts to cry and says, my arm. My arm's broken. Yu Ilshin says, shut up. You're the one that attacked me first. Pinmu appears behind Yu Ilshin ready to attack. And says, what a hypocrite. Hyuja thinks, that's the Habukpung clan's secret technique. This might be bad. Pinmu's attacks doesn't have any effect on Yu Ilshin. He thinks, my skill. Yu Ilshin says, that was a pretty prickly lighting skill. I know lightning skills too. Skill share Song Miri. Pinmu is really surprised and thinks, what is that? A really big lightning strike hits the mountain. Yu Ilshin ties them to a tree. Hyuja is really happy and thinks they may not be registered as hunters, but they're still above S-class. As expected of my teacher, Yu Ilshin thinks, I almost killed them because I didn't control my power well enough. Tell me where the Three Heroes Society located. Pinmu says, you thief. Do you even know who we are? Don't think that you've won already. Soon enough, the strongest hunter of the Three Heroes Society will come to kill you. Xiaoming gets there and says, you idiots. I was just a bit late. They says, Miss Xiaoming. Over here. This is Yu Ilshin, the one that stole the plum blossom. She says, shut up you garbage. He says, sorry. She kills them both. They say, why are you? She says, well, because you're useless. He thinks she was so fast. I barely even saw her move. All the other S-class hunter moved in slow motion in my eyes. But she's. Xiaoming appears behind Hyuja. And she says, next is the traitor. Yu Ilshin barely saves her. He says, Hyuja, run. She gets excited and thinks, he blocked my attack with just his body? He's as interesting as I had hoped. But Yu Ilshin attacks her, she says, too slow. He thinks, I missed again. The little rat. Where is she going now? He starts to bleed. He thinks, did she get me? No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Then, she slices Hyuja. Hyuja starts to bleed. Yu Ilshin shouts and says, Hyuja. He grabs her. He thinks, damn it, she's not breathing. He uses God's healing ring finger. Xiaoming says, you even have healing skills. Yu Ilshin tries his best and thinks, please, please, please. Xiaoming says, it's pointless. That backstabbing bitch. A system window appears saying, you have failed to heal the target. You cannot bring back the dead with the authority of a low-class god. This can only be done when you are a high-class god. Xiaoming says, dies the moment I slashed her. Yu Ilshin says, I'll you to Lilith for now. What for me, Hyuja? I'll become a high-class god and save you. Xiaoming says, leave that bitch be and play with me instead. Weaklings like her deserve to die. Yu Ilshin gets really angry. For the first in whole manhwa is really pissed. He says, shut the fuck up. Xiaoming says, oh my, so scary. You're my type. The information appears in front of him. Lin Xiaoming. Female human, 26 years old. Remark, blessing of Azura's king. Insane crazy psychopath. Yu Ilshin says, I've learned that a beating is the only thing that works on psychopaths. He uses skill share, Ilho. Super strong body. He says, and I think you need a bit of a beating. She says, I feel so excited. Hurry and let's fight. Yu Ilshin appears in front of her really fast and pouches her in the face. She blocks his attack with her sword in the last moment and thinks he's gotten stronger and faster. That would have been bad if I didn't manage to block it. I made a good choice coming to Korea. Yu Ilshin appears above her ready to attack. He says, you dare to laugh like that after killing my student. I'll make sure your death isn't peaceful. He hits her with a really strong punch. She dodges his attack. She says, you're better than I expected. To keep up with. Her nose starts to bleed. She thinks, blood to just get hit? She gets really excited and says, "This is so exciting. You're the first one to ever hit me." Yu Ilshin says, "You really are crazy. Stop with the nonsense and tell me where the Three Heroes Society is." She says, "Then are you going to let me go?" Yu Ilshin says, "No way, but I'll let you die a more peaceful death." She says, "Let me go? You? Do you think that I'm giving it my all right now? I was just playing with you because you seemed fun. But I'm bored now." She disappears. He thinks, "Damn it. I lost her again. No one I've seen until now has been this good." She says, "Where are you looking?" She is above him. She uses a 1,000-pound heavy hammer technique, 8 trigrams. Yu Ilshin thinks, how is she so strong? A shield appears and blocks her attack. Yu Ilshin says, "What the hell is this?" She says, "The 8 trigram seal. Even a double S-class can't escape this. Now give me back what you stole." He says, "Good God and evil God title combination." Xiaoming says, "What? What title combination?" He uses God's condemning middle finger. She says, "You piece of..." A really big explosion happens. She is really surprised and says, "You broke my barrier." Yu Ilshin says, "You think you were the only one not giving it your all? You're dead." Yu Ilshin keeps attacking her. She is just dodging his attacks. Yu Ilshin says, "Why don't you stop running away like a little rat? You can't win against me." She is just getting more and more excited. She says, "A man like you. You're the first. Let's have some more fun." She attacks him at super speed. She is now holding 2 swords. She says, "Asura heaven-shattering dance." Yu Ilshin says, "The school shouldn't be affected with this much." A really big energy blast hits her. She says, "He's the best." The energy blast was so bright that someone at the school thinks, "Is the sun up?" Yu Ilshin asks her, "Now you're Three Heroes Society boss." She says, I'm in love with you, master." Yu Ilshin is really surprised and says, "What? Why is she calling me that? Could it be?" System window appears saying, "Congratulations. You have demonstrated the overwhelming power and terror of a god, creating obsessive foddy. Xiaoming is now a fanatic follower." Yu Ilshin thinks, another weird person who's become my fanatic follower. She says, "You're already this strong without any weapons. How strong would you be if you wielded a sword?" System says, "Lin Xiaoming fanatic. Xiaoming is a follower worth 5 S-classes. Remark, she is totally in love with you." Yu Ilshin says, "I'll ignore that remark." He thinks, 5 S-classes? Then she's as strong as Gustav. Although I feel a bit iffy about her. Yu Ilshin says, "Xiaoming, take me to your boss." She says, "I would love to. But as you can see, I am in no shape to." Yu Ilshin uses God's healing ring finger. She says, "What amazing healing power. You're so great. You're worthy of being my master." He says, "Take the lead, Xiaoming." After that we see at the Three Heroes Society headquarters 3 purities temples. Man of Religion says, "Xiaoming has betrayed us and is now on Yu Ilshin's side." And Yu Ilshin, "He's coming after us." Man of the Sword says, "Yu Ilshin has divine powers, you say?" Man of the Fist says, "He's still just a low-class god. We can just kill him. Along with that bitch Xiaoming." The 3 purities, the 3 supremes who have led the Three Heroes Society for 500 years. Xiaoming says, "Were you looking for me?" "There was someone looking for you too. So I brought him here myself." They are really surprised. Yu Ilshin says, "Are you the heads of the Three Heroes Society, or whatever it was called?" A system window appears. Yu Ilshin says, "What's this?" System says, "Cannot read the target." They are using detection hindering techniques. This has never happened before. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll just beat them to a pulp. Man of the Sword says, "I can sense that you're strong. I didn't know there was someone so strong on this planet. I've gotten excited. His power is tempting." Man of Religion, "Is it okay if I eat his heart?" Man of the Religion says, "I permit it, Man of the Sword, but his head is mine." Man of the Fist gets up and says, "Then I will test him first." He jumps really fast toward Yu Ilshin. He stops right before hitting him. He uses White Step's Divine Fist. Xiaoming says, "Master, he went flying." "Anyway, you guys, it seems you've built quite the grudge against me. Today has been so fun, hasn't it? My sword is gonna be happy." Yu Ilshin is on the ground. Man of the Fist says, "You went flying with just that. Did I overestimate you? Then I'll eat you up." Yu Ilshin thinks, what was that just now? There was quite a distance between us. These guys are strong. A portal appears and someone says, "Ilshin, that was the White Step's Divine Fist." He says, "What the hell?" Heavenly appears there. Yu Ilshin says, "Kitchen knife? I mean, Heavenly Demon. The 1,000 blade that cuts all, says that the repair is complete. He says that the delivery fee is on the house. Yuilshin says, nice timing. But a kitchen knife. The 1,000 blade that cuts all says to not underestimate it just because it looks like a kitchen knife. Yuilshin thinks, well, his repair services are always so weird. I'll let it go for now since I'm busy. Nice to see you again, Heavenly Demon. Heavenly Demon says, we'll take care of our greeting later. You need to stay alert. Those guys are gods. Yuilshin thinks, what? These guys are gods? Man of the Fist says, this evil energy. Is it you, Heavenly Demon? Yes, it is. You damn traitors. You insects. Running away as soon as the god of destruction appeared. Man of the Fist says, one needs to plan for the future in case of disasters. It wasn't running away. Yuilshin says, so? These guys were scared of the god of destruction and ended up running to Earth? Heavenly Demon says, yes. They're the worst garbage to exist. They killed all of the people that they ruled over as well. Man of the Fist says, you have quite the audacity to insult us like that when you're inside a kitchen knife. Heavenly Demon says, the god of destruction will soon be here too. Will you run away again when he is up? Man of Fist says, of course. That's why we've been teaching these useless insects our martial arts for 500 years to increase our divine power. And they've offered up millions of humans as sacrifices to us. How great is that? Yuilshin gets angry and says, what? Humans as sacrifice? You're crossing the line here. You're just some cowards. Hyojio died because of you guys. I will never forgive you. Man of the Fist says, what? How dare you insult us like that when you're just a low-class god? Yuishin uses the skill Share Sword Phantom. Second form Heavenly Demonic God. Heavenly Demon says, wait, not that. Yuilshin says, why? Heavenly Demon says, you can't win against the Man of the Fist White Steps Divine Fist with that. If you're unlucky, it'll come back to you instead. You need to use your fist. Think of what I wrote. Yuilshin thinks, is he referring to the quote, to tell the truth, my fists are stronger than my blade. I thought it was just some bullshit. Well, then let's try it out. I'll see how a fist that is stronger than a sword is. Skillshare Ilho. Super strong body. The fifth part of the I'll be taking a break for personal reasons ends here. If you want to see more, please subscribe and like. And if you want to support me financially, you can join my channel membership or Patreon only for $1. Patreon and Discord links are in the description if you want to support me. And a special thanks to all my channel members for supporting me. Thanks for watching.